Hello, so this video is going to be my pet peeves. I have 5 or 6 pet peeves, and now I'm gonna talk about them. I wrote them down on a piece of paper because I was thinking about it last night. See, they say pet peeve video. Yeah, okay, so the first one is when people don't shut my door. Like, you know how annoying that is? If you come in my room, sorry, my hair's messed up. If you come in my room and the door's closed, then when you go out, shut the door. It was closed for a reason. So if you come in without even knocking, you come in and then you ask you're like, what are you doing? And you're like, trying to, I don't know, like trying to watch TV. And then they're like, oh. And then they walk out and don't shut the door. Like, that's so annoying. Then I have to stop watching TV. And I have to go and get up and shut the door. It's so annoying. The next thing is when people burp. Like, not, like if you're at a restaurant or something, like a fancy restaurant, and you're like drinking pop or something, and then you burp. Like, really, really loud. Like, that's disgusting. Like, ugh, it's disgusting. Like, you don't just go to a restaurant and you don't go like, brr. Like, that's so disgusting. Okay, the next thing is, okay, so when people ask to use your pen or something, you give them your pen. You're like, yeah, sure, here you go. And then they take your pen. But what's so annoying is they don't give it back. Like you're waiting for like 20 minutes, and then you're like, and then class is over, and then you still don't get your pen back. And I'm like, can I have my pen back? And then they're like, yeah, sure. And then they give it to me and think I'm weird. Like, seriously, you took my pen and you didn't give it back. So, yeah. The next thing is, I don't know what that one is, but okay, so when you're texting, because I have a phone, if you don't know, it's a BlackBerry Curve, looks like this. And when you're texting, and, okay, so, like, when you're texting when you're wanting a ride home, and so you're texting your mom to ask you, or your dad, or whoever you're texting to ask, like, can I read your texts? Like, I'm like, no. And then they're like, please, I really, really want to read your texts. And they have their own phone. Like, why? Like, why do you want to read mine? Why don't you go read yours? And then, like, you don't just ask someone to read their text. Like, it's their private information. They're texting someone because they need a ride home. That's the only person who had texted that day. So, and I texted her. So, I'm not gonna be like, just so annoying. Okay, the next thing is, okay, so when you're texting and your friends are talking to you, well, let's say my friend's texting and I'm telling her a story. And in the middle of the story, not even the middle, like a few seconds of the story, she gets out her phone. She's like, interesting. Cool. Yeah, I like her outfit. Like, they don't even look at you. And, like, they just say random things that pop into their head for things to say. But, like, if you're saying, like, a sad story, like, my dog died, and then they're like, oh, interesting, I like your outfit. Like, cool. Like, seriously. They don't even look up. Did you see me look up? No, you didn't. So I'm like, yeah. Oh, that's awful. Cool. Like, you don't even look up. Like, the best thing for you to do is actually, like, look up. You're like, no, I don't like your outfit. Like, okay. And the next thing is when people aren't honest. Like, okay. Like, not for every single thing, but, like, okay. So when you're trying to, like, when you want to know something and you're, like, asking, like, you're asking for your friend's honest opinion and they don't give it to you. Like, I'm like, do you like my shirt or something? Because I'm wearing this for, I don't know, for something special. Do you like this shirt? And then they're like, yeah. And then like they turn around, they think that I'm not looking. They're like seriously, like. Then I'm like, I asked for your honest opinion, and then they're like, yeah, I gave you my honest opinion. I'm like, then why'd you turn around and nod your head and say no? And then they're like, I don't know. So I'm like, see, you're not giving me your honest opinion. Then I get really, really mad. Yeah. And then the next thing is when your friends tell a story, like sympathy, okay? When your friends tell a story and they want you to feel bad for them. Like, okay, so if they're saying, like, I have a job, but I don't get paid a lot. I only get paid, like, I don't know, like $5 an hour, which I don't like that. And then they're like, yeah, and now I don't know what to do with my life. I don't even have enough money to buy anything. I don't have enough money to go anywhere. And then they're like, like, seriously. Like, okay, like, if you did it, like, I don't know, like 5 times, then maybe if I thought it was real for the first time, then maybe I would, like, be like, oh, that's too bad. Like, why don't you find a new job or something? But now, like, if you've done it, sorry, like, you've done it so many times, like, after you do it like twice, I know that's not real anymore, and then I'm not gonna feel bad for you. I'm gonna be like, oh, that sucks. And I'm gonna get all rude about it because you've done that so many times. You just want people to feel bad for you. But people aren't gonna feel bad for you every day. Like, every day you tell this story, different story, and sometimes you're like, oh, well, my grandma died yesterday. She left me $1,000, but I got it, and I don't know what to do with it. But maybe I should buy a car. Or maybe I should buy a house. And you're only like 12 or 13 or 14 or 15, whatever. And then you're like, oh, but then like the next day, you're like, do you want to hang out? And then she's like, no, because I'm going to my grandma's house today. And I'm like, what grandma? And then, well, because before she said that she only had one grandma left. She had one grandma, then that one grandma died. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to my grandma's house. I'm like, I thought you said that your grandma died. She's like, when did I say that? I'm like, yesterday. She's like, no, I didn't. I'm like, yeah, you did. I'm like, whatever, and then I just hang up. Like, that is so annoying. Everyone's gonna comment, they're gonna be like, why don't you not like when people chew with their mouth when people are like and chew their mouth open? Because it doesn't really bother me, like,